The article said he hanged himself after arriving home from school to tell his mom it had been the worst day of his life. There's another female student of a charter school who hanged herself, and another student in South Philadelphia shot himself to death. Now, what gives students hope? Being told you are an accident in the universe, and that's sort of the default position. Or in contrast to that the Creator went to the cross so that you could get into heaven. That is motivational and helps. Now the connection is, the school district of Philadelphia in that article said, we must ensure that all young people, no matter their circumstances, know that there are people and resources to help them in times of need.
Yeah.
There is a Pennsylvania law that's been on the book for over half a century, and it is legal in for parents to sign for their student to be released from school, to go off campus to receive religious instruction for an hour, and then come back to school. And this can happen 36 weeks of the school year. We have been trying to do that for the last 15 years. In fact, some time ago, the Pennypacker School, I mentioned that, we had one there, but I don't think it's currently going on. And there are other schools that are involved in this. It's a resource. I have a letter here that I could show, but I'm trying to make this brief. A letter from Andrew Rosen, the acting general counsel. He said in a letter to me 15 years ago, your suggestion that current principals be notified about this policy is a good one, and so on. I have a communication from Paul Vallis, who was a former superintendent. Coordinate religious release times as permitted by state law. I have a letter here sent to all the principals in Philadelphia, and it says, first, we must all acknowledge that religious release time is the law. All must comply with submitted requests, and groups are allowed to hand flyers to students on the sidewalk outside of the school building, not within the school or on the school grounds, which is fine. I have an example of a flyer that was distributed at Roxborough High School in this case, and many pastors in Philadelphia are unaware of this. Many principals are unaware. In fact, there have been struggles over the last 15 years. Currently, there is a very fine teacher that has tried to get the principal of 2 different schools to assist, and so on. And I've written Superintendent Height about it. I've not received a response. If you know Dr. Height, I'd encourage you to say, did you get Paul Humber's email on August the 23rd? And so on. I'd like to promote this because being told that you're an accident in the universe can't compare with learning about the one who made you, who went to a cross so that you could get into heaven. That is that's much more important. I used to teach math. That is much more important than 2 + 2 = 4. I agree, I love math. But having a student in the public schools raise his hand in class and says, teacher, what happens to me when I die? The teacher doesn't know how to answer this question. This is a resource that the school district can use to cooperate with release time. Let me read what Justice William O. Douglas wrote back in, and this is the last thing, 1952, referring explicitly to the release time law. It says, when the state encourages the religious instruction or cooperates with religious authorities by adjusting the schedule of public events to sectarian needs, it follows the best of our traditions, and so on. I have another quotation here from another Chief Justice and also from Bill Clinton. I don't have time to read it, but I'll close there. I hope that you'll come and see me after. I have 2 coins here. I can take it out and let you hold it in your hand. This is a blow-up of the one coin. It goes back to about 45 AD. And it's very possible that people that heard the Apostle Paul speak went back to Parthia and actually held this very coin in his hand. And the other coin is a bronze coin, and it was found on the Mount of Olives. It is very possible that it was there on the Mount of Olives when Jesus spoke, and entering Jerusalem, it was concerning Archelaus, who's mentioned in the New Testament, and it was minted in 6 AD. So we can connect with history and so on. Thank you. And I have a flyer about that, if you'd like to have a flyer.
May I just say, just one